All right, welcome back to Sunday Nation here. I'm Bankole Thompson. We're going to look at one of the most impoverished cities in the nation. City of Benton Harbor here in the state of Michigan. Over the last 3 years, it has been caught up in the fight against poverty and economic inequality. From the attempt to shut down the only high school in Benton Harbor to now reeling from the lead water crisis in that city. Benton Harbor remains resilient. Joining me now is Gwen Swanigan, who is the president founder of the SHARP Foundation from Benton Harbor. Gwen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes, and I'm glad you came in to talk to us because one of the things that I wanted to do was to really get Benton Harbor in the spotlight.
Okay.
There's a lot happening there. The attempt to shut down the school, which never happened, thankfully, and the lead water crisis, which you all are still dealing with. What is life like right now in Benton Harbor?
Well, we're still dealing with the water crisis, of course. Right now, they're fixing, we got federal money, funds to come in and fix the water, the pipes, the lead pipes in the city. But even in that, we're still dealing with a crisis of water bills being astronomically high, continuing to increase, even during a pandemic. The city government actually voted to increase the water bills. And then also the water bills being, again, astronomically high.
Yeah.
And people not able to pay the water bills right now. And we're trying to get the city and the state to come in and zero out those water bills, because why should we have to pay for water, unsafe water? They're still telling us our water is unsafe to use, but yet you're still billing water customers.
Yeah.
Right? So with that, we're asking the state, the city, and whoever that can help with these funds, because we know they have the funds, we know they have the money, to zero out the water bills, because we're paying for unsafe water. It's like we're being punished. It's cruel and it's criminal for you to continue to raise the water rates and then continue to bill water customers and then tell them they still can't use this water, but yet you expect them to pay the bills. On top of that, if you don't pay your bills, they're not giving you a shut-off notice, but what they're doing as of this month, they're going to add what you don't pay on your water bill to your property taxes. So that money that you don't pay on your water bill goes to your property taxes. So if you already have a set amount for your property taxes, right? So if that amount is added to that, who knows? We don't know what situation people are in. So they may not be able to afford to pay that extra money. So people may be at risk losing their homes. They will be at risk of losing their homes. Homeowners and even the renters, because if the homeowners lose their property, then the renters are out, right? Yeah. So what sense does that make? So we're asking them to come in, zero out those bills, and then retroactive the credit. Give a credit back retroactively to the water customers that has paid all these years for unsafe water.
Well, I mean, that would be the logical thing to do.
Yes.
And because, just like you said, it makes no sense. The product is bad, but you're still asking them to pay for the product. You're increasing rates on the product, and now you're attaching the bill for a bad product, a defect product, which is lead water here. You're attaching that to their property taxes.
Yes.
I mean, it does not make sense.
Yes, yes. So you're criminalizing them. You know, you're doing it's cruel, it's criminal. But when we do it, if we did something as consumers of this magnitude, we would go to jail.
I mean,
we would go to jail. We would be charged, right?
That's right. The strong arm of the law will come down on you.
That's right. But when the government does this type of thing to us, it goes on. Well,
when I was in Benton Harbor doing the town hall for my radio show, some of the issues you're raising now were raised by a lot of folk. And what I saw, Gwen, was a lot of women with kids standing up saying we need help, we need support. Black women saying that we need support from the state, we need to get this issue addressed right away. Why do you think that the state is dragging its feet on this issue?
I believe because I think it's all about the land in the Benton Harbor. Benton Harbor sits on a gold mine. We're right around the water.
Yeah,
It's
I
right
took a
around
tour
the-
of that.
Yeah,
I took a tour of that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
beautiful. We have a beautiful city. Benton Harbor is beautiful, and so it's the land grabbing system. You know, systemic racism. You know, they're coming in gentrifying to push us out. You know, so what we're trying to do with Sharp Foundation, and we're collaborating with other organizations, is financial awareness, financial literacy, you know, getting people to be more homeowners than renters.
To self-empower themselves.
Self-empower themselves and to empower them so no one can come and take your land or your home unless you let them, right? Because if you're renting, that landlord or that homeowner can sell and you're out.
And I think for our viewers, I mean, we need to know this too. You know, Malcolm X said that land is the basis of all power. When people can control land, they control everything. That's why when we go back to history, the feudal system, you know, in terms of, you know, who has access to political power, who has access to the voting system, all of that was based on people who own land, who own property. They were the ones that were making the decisions. So to the issue in Benton Harbor, I think you're so right in terms of the land, the property here. But I feel like something ought to be done now with the water situation.
Yes. Yes, something ought to be done right now with the water situation. We have another issue that just came up that I just found out about, that there's another pipe that they're not addressing from the street to the house. So it's been questioned to the city government who's responsible for that, because nobody's addressing it, nobody's replacing those pipes, but they're replacing the other lead pipes. So the question is, who's responsible for that pipe to be replaced, the lead to be replaced in those pipes, and we're not getting any answers. You know, so if that pipe is bad, then it does no service to fix these and don't fix that. Right. So why aren't we getting any answers from the city government? You know, these are the people that allowed, actually voted to raise the water rates.
Has anyone from both the city and the state, has anyone reached out to you all, the Sharp Foundation, in terms of addressing this issue of the water rates and, you know, attaching your bill to your property tax and this need to wipe out the bill?
No. One of my co-hosts, Eleanor, she called and found out that this is how we found out. We had to call and dig, and, you know, we called and she called and found out that this is what's happening this month as far as water bills being added to the property taxes. So no, they're not reaching out to us. People are coming to us, families are coming to us, community and residents are talking to us and letting us know what's happening. So
have you had the governor talk about this? Governor Gretchen Whitmer?
She has a campaign office in the city downtown right across from my office, but every time I go I don't see anybody there. So no, she hasn't. I haven't heard her say anything about the water crisis. So what I'm doing is I'm putting out a petition this week. For people to sign the petition to get these water bills zeroed out. To get a retroactive credit.
For the state
to act, and to stop these bills from going to the county to be added to their property taxes.
You know, it's funny when you say the county, because Berrien County has a very interesting history with the city of Benton Harbor. And the last thing we need is for Berrien County coming in, so we're taking houses in Benton Harbor because you've not paid your homes, you've not paid your property taxes and so forth, because that's a whole different conversation.
But that's the plan. That's in that plan of taking the land, you know, and that's in that plan of moving us out. So if you add, you know, certain things to bills that we already, you know, it's already high, and you're adding more and more and more to it, it's like, okay, what are you doing? I mean, that's pushing us out, trying to push us out.
I mean, if anything, you would be compensating, right? You'd be compensating for the bad water, the lead water, because the state, what they knew about this water issue.
Oh yeah,
you know,
it's been a, they've known it for a while.
They didn't come on the front end. They knew about it. They're acting now because they got caught. They basically, you know, they've been
exactly right. Absolutely.
They knew about this issue, so they're trying to be proactive now. But
absolutely, because we started. Reverend Pickney started the Water Council. I was on the Water Council when we first started. We went to the city about the water, let them know how bad the water was. EPA, everything. We went and they just ignored. They didn't say anything until, and we warned them that if this issue is not taken care of, now it's going to be a bigger issue down the road.
And now it blew up in the face of the city and the state.
And the state, and now since it had blown up, now everybody wants to jump on board to try to, make it look like they're fixing everything now.
They're putting a Band-Aid.
Putting a Band-Aid on it, and that's all it is, and to me, it's no real concern for our community, no real concern for Benton Harbor.
But still you have hope.
Yes.
You all are resilient. You're not giving up.
No, we're not giving up. We're going to continue to fight this fight. It's a fight. It's not easy, but we have to do it, and we have to continue to fight. We have to continue to empower people, empower our people, empower the residents, and the people that feel like they don't have a voice.
Right.
We have to speak for them.
Yeah.
Because some people feel like they don't have a voice. Even going down to the city talking, they feel like they're not being heard. So, okay, that's what we do. So I have a, show, not radio, but Zoom that we do. And so we allow that community to congregate in a safe space and place where they can speak and talk about issues and different things, and then and then also celebrate our wins.
Right.
Celebrate,
that's important.
Celebrate the wins. Celebrate what we are doing good, what we are getting accomplished. And then involving everybody, because it's going to take everybody to get this done. We can't do it by ourselves. But what they do, and what they a lot of times they allow people to do, is come in and divide and conquer. So when we don't work together, then they see that opening to come in and divide and conquer us. So we're trying to close that gap to where we can work with everyone, so we can say, okay, we're more powerful together. When we speak.
Let me ask you, because we read a lot about Benton Harbor. We talk about it a lot, and on this end, for me, I feel a strong sense of obligation to be able to bring people like you on from Benton Harbor, Black Grand Rapids, and other areas in Black Michigan that are ignored. What do you think that people underestimate about the city of Benton Harbor? What?
They underestimate the power that we have. They underestimate the education that we have, the talent that we have in the city of Benton Harbor. They underestimate all of that, and they feel like we can't. Sometimes it feels like they feel like we can't speak for ourselves, or we can't stand up for ourselves, and we need somebody to talk for us and do this for us. No, we know what we want. We know what we need. We live it every day. You can't, when you come in and help, you have to talk to us. If you want to help, we're not.
The water bill ought to be part of the gubernatorial campaign.
Yeah,
I mean,
it should be.
I mean,
it should be. But instead, they're raising it, and they're making it.
Right.
They're like punishing us for water that we didn't, unsafe water that we didn't, create.
Wow. I want to, before we go, I want to talk about criminal justice as well, because you've been involved with the Sharp Foundation. You know what it's like with folk that look like us who get caught in the middle of the justice system. How is that fight going on in Benton Harbor?
It's still, that's a great fight also. I'm watching and I'm seeing our young men, 17, 18, being put in adult prisons, adult jails, and then going to adult prisons, so that school pipeline to prison is very prevalent there. And so I get calls to assist families to come in to speak with their attorneys, write letters on their behalf, even help with fees and costs, because sometimes they say they send out letters to people, but they don't get them, and then they put out a warrant for their arrest, because, you owe these fines and costs. They didn't know, so they'll call us sometimes, and we can help if we can, help pay those fines and costs. So again, we're in the courts and going to the trials, and I'm seeing, which it hurts my heart, I'm seeing people, officials get on the stand and lie. And lie. Police officers lie. Police, not showing the whole video, not showing the entire video, the body cam, not even showing the body cam. I'm like, what? So this is what's happening. And not even allowing certain people to speak. Even one of the judges is like, no, we don't even have to talk about anything, any type of reform or nothing like that. He's going to prison. She didn't want to hear anything about this young man. He was 17, just turned 18 while he was in adult prison, adult jail. So this is what we're dealing with, and just railroading us, without cause, some of it.
That must be a lot for you and the Sharp Foundation and all those who are behind you over there.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot, and it hurts. to see, you know, but, you know, we try to empower our youth. You know, we mentor our youth and try to educate our youth too, you know, and building them up to be positive leaders. You know, we have something coming up in November where we're going to have an award, you know, giveaway for our community leaders. I'm having a social justice ball, the first actual social justice ball Benton Harbor has ever seen. And it's going to be a black tie formal affair. And it's going to be geared around social justice. We have a great keynote speaker coming from Chicago. We're going to talk about social justice and how it's important to surround the social justice around our community and around our education system, you know, our kids, because it's very important to involve them there.
Where do you see Benton Harbor 5 years from now? I mean, you're dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a lot. I mean, what you just laid out here is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, what I would like to see.
Yeah.
What I would like to see 5 years from now is Benton Harbor to have a racial, before even that, have a racial equity department, which we're trying to fight for, which they're trying to fight against.
Your police department is majority white.
But police, okay, let's start. Our population of Benton Harbor is majority black.
Yes.
85, 90%.
Yeah.
The police department population is majority white, 85, 90%.
Yeah.
That doesn't go together.
Don't make no sense.
That makes no sense. And that's something that we need to change. We need to have change. But in order to do that too, we have to, the police department has to gain the trust of the community. The community they don't trust the police department. They don't trust the city government because they've been lied to so many times.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
broken trust, broken government.
Yeah, and not being transparent and you know, not being open and not being honest about what's going on, you know, not allowing them to come and talk about their issues, you know. So yeah, so it's gonna be hard to recruit us when we have someone that we don't trust.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take it's gonna take everybody on board to come and gain that trust with the community, and you can't gain it behind the desks. You can't gain it behind the walls. You have to come out to the community, not when it's just something happening, not when the sirens are going off, not when a crime is being committed. Come out in the community and let yourself be seen and talk to people and gain that rapport.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I was surprised and shocked when I found out when I went there. This was in the middle of the when the Governor Gretchen Whitmer wanted to shut down the only high school there. And
we fought like
yes. And that was a righteous fight. It was a righteous battle to stop Governor Whitmer from shutting down the only high school. But I was shocked that when I found out the racial makeup of the police department. That shocked me. I'm like, okay, I know this is not Rosewood, Mississippi. I know this is not 1850. This is 2019, 2020. I mean, how does that happen? Something, and with all the issues around criminal justice, with all the issue around black men and black women, all of that stuff, law enforcement, and this is what you have. I mean, that ought to change at some point.
It has to change. It has to change, and we're fighting for that change.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to fight for that change.
Yeah.
You know, on all aspects, on all levels.
Yeah.
You know, the environmental injustice, the racial injustice, every injustice on every level.
Right.
You know, because how can a all-black city government or all-black city not want a racial equity department?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but that's something that we shouldn't even have to fight for. That's something should be like, okay, here we go. Let's make it happen for our people.
Yeah, a monitoring unit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Gwen Swanigan, for being here,
Yes.
President, founder of the Sharp Foundation. I want to let our viewers know Gwen came all the way from Benton Harbor to be here in studio with us. I appreciate you, and I want you to keep me abreast of what is happening in Benton Harbor. We want to make sure that what is happening there is front and center of what we're talking about around here.
We appreciate you, Bankole, for making us front and center and being concerned about our city and our people in the city, because it seems like the state doesn't care and the city doesn't care. You know, so we have to band together with the ones who do.
That's true.
You know,
That's
so
true.
and I appreciate that. We as a city of Benton Harbor appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much, Gwen Swanigan, President, founder of the Sharp Foundation. We'll be back after this break with Bankole's Beef here on Sunday Nation. Stay with us.